Alrighty, guys. Let's get into this one. I let myself in. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy. Right. Let's get into this one. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Researcher Miller, and the SCP we're going to be studying today is SCP-610, Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Due to the vast area of infection SCP-610 covers, containment is impossible. Isolation of the area has proved far more effective, and permission has been granted by the Russian government to establish a perimeter to keep people out of these areas under the guise of military operations.
Huh? Okay, right. So it's infectious. I'm guessing it's spreading pretty quickly, but I guess they can't destroy it is what they mean by, like, they're isolating it instead. Okay, okay. Hey Morgler, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. How's it going? How's it going? We're just getting started. We are just getting started. Oh boy. He wasn't a doctor yet? Wait, really? Oh, that's so cute. What a cute little bit of lore.
Should any organism displaying traits consistent with SCP-610 be sighted near this perimeter, then the established protocol requires it be engaged at range with small arms until immobile, then dispatched using incendiary weapons and munitions from as great a distance as possible.
Oh, geez.
Any living thing coming in physical contact with an organism infected with SCP-610 is considered expendable and is to be immediately terminated and incinerated.
Okay, they ain't playing. They ain't, but it sounds safe to me. What? Oh my gosh. Hey Thorsis, how you doing? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is it just sounds like they mean business. This is one of the ones where they definitely mean business. Okay. Okay.
Any persons coming within 3 meters of SCP-610 infected life are to immediately withdraw from the area, be isolated from the rest of the team, and subjected to medical examination using only remote techniques to determine if infection has occurred, and appropriate steps taken based on that determination.
Damn.
At present, the known infection vectors of SCP-610's spread seems to be focused on physical contact. Drone movements with heavily infected areas have returned air samples containing minute particulate, which, when exposed to organic compounds, will result in the spread of SCP-610.
Oh, damn. Dude, it's literally like getting them in particles as well. Okay, that's crazy. Dude, I don't like that. That always makes me scared because it's like, what if there's an explosion, right? And you just like happen to have your mouth open? Like huff a little bit up, like by accident. That stuff scares me though, because it makes the spread of it like way easier, right? So you can't bet it. Yeah, maybe not on this one. Oh my gosh. Kazua, hello, welcome on in. How's it going? How's it going? It's one of those evenings. Yeah, just classic body horror. Don't worry about it. It's chill. It's chill. Then you're buggered. You are buggered. Oh my gosh.
The results of these particular tests have revealed that most require several days to manifest, if at all, with the exception of direct contact with exposed lung and liver tissue. These particular tests show a rapid rate of growth, which requires incineration of the testing environment no more than 24 hours after initial exposure. Even with a 2-hour mishap, risking a compromised facility event. Given that this kind of rapid growth only occurs in organic material existing outside the human body, this form of infection is currently considered a minor concern. These peculiarities have given rise to a series of questions regarding the possible origin of the infection in conjunction with the fatal containment protocol remains at a scorched earth policy at this time, and no concern for transmission via water or air infection parameters exist, barring situational changes in the field.
Okay. What do they mean by scorched earth? Containment protocol remains at scorched earth. So they're just like, does that just mean like destroy everything, I'm guessing? I'm guessing that's what that means. Did that scratch for anyone else? Wait, what do you mean scratch? Like a record scratch? I did hear a little scratch, but I don't know what that was. I keep forgetting how disgusting this picture is. It's nasty, dude. It looks like some kids like playing with Play-Doh, but they got hold of like a really nasty like 70s, 80s horror film. And we're inspired by that. It's so nasty, dude. Oh my gosh. Destroy anything that escapes past the containment zone. Okay, so it's pretty aggressive destruction then. Okay. That's for the redacted. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's fair. Like a brief bit of TV static. Yeah, I heard that as well. I heard that. I don't know what that was, but I think it was maybe something to do with the background sounds that you have on. I wonder where the pictures is from. It's unnerving. Imagine that being real. So from what I understand, right, I think from what I know, TheVolgun sometimes takes the pictures from the SCP wiki. Sometimes TheVolgun will like 3D model them himself. I don't know if this one is a picture from the wiki or this is one that he 3D modeled. The way that the picture looks genuinely could go either way. I can't tell. I can't tell. This pic is from an art piece. The original author just yoinked it. Ah, there we go, guys. There we go. So this is not 3D modeled, I guess. I mean, it could be IRL, but TheVolgun has not 3D modeled it. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to guess that they destroy any organic things near it to stop the spread. Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe I'm getting. That's definitely the vibe I'm getting. TheVolgun, I modeled my beef from my lunch. Ew.
Description. Initial reports of SCP-610 came direct from the Russian government through undisclosable channels. These reports consisted primarily of disappearances of farmers in the region and were not considered until the local police, followed by the regional police, and finally, a government dispatch agent, all failed to report within a 72-hour period. A small military contingent was dispatched to the area and quickly withdrew, at which point the Foundation was contacted to investigate. The area SCP-610 affects is close to Lake Baikal in southern Siberia. Areas of known infection are marked on the map provided to us. Containment perimeters are marked in blue surrounding these infection areas, and as of present, no further locations have been identified. Incursions into the perimeter must be reported prior to conducting.
Wait, did it say the... Wait, let me check that. The bit on the map is blue? The infection bit? Yeah, containment parameters are marked in blue. Bruh, that's huge! I thought that was a river! I didn't realize that was like the containment area. Oh my gosh, that's massive!
Confirmed during exploration and debriefed on immediately following return. SCP-610 appears to be a contagious skin disease at first, with symptoms including rash, itching, and increased skin sensitivity. Within 3 hours, the disease will cause blemishes resembling heavy scar tissue to form in the chest and arm areas, spreading to the legs and back within an additional hour.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. Also, weird fact about me, I don't think I've ever had, like, a rash in my life. I don't know if I'm just like, don't confine me and study me, please, government. But I don't think I've ever had a, like, skin rash, apart from when I got, like, chicken pox as a kid. And like, that's it. I don't think I've ever had a rash. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm immune or something, but that kind of scares me because I always hear loads of people talking about getting rashes and stuff. I've never had it. And listen, I got plenty of other problems, guys. You say I'm lucky. I got plenty of other problems, but rashes for some reason just aren't one. It's so weird. It's only a matter of time. The rash will find you eventually. It bloody better not. It better not. Oh my gosh. 610 would fit right in as part of a Resident Evil game. Dude, I could see that though. There's so much like goopy body horror stuff in Resident Evil. I could totally see that, dude. The rash will spread. Hell no, bro. Put me in there. Put me in. Put me in, coach. I'm immune. Let's test it. Let's test it. Oh my gosh.
Consuming the victim completely within 5 hours. Exposure to high temperatures vastly decreases the time for the contagion to spread, and complete infections have been recorded occurring in as little as 5 minutes. After the completion of the infection occurs, the victim's life functions will cease for approximately 3 minutes, after which time they will restart at 2 to 3 times the activity rate of a normal human.
Wait, what? The victim's life functions will cease for approximately 3 minutes, after which time they will restart at 2 to 3 times the activity rate of a normal human. So is that suggesting that, like, their heart is gonna beat, like, 2 to 3 times faster? Why is that, though? That seems really weird, right? Hey, Vilsna! Welcome on in! Welcome on in. We're just getting started. We're just getting started on this SCP. They're basically saying that they found it in some, like, place in Siberia. A bunch of farmers went missing. And then they sent a squad in, the squad didn't come back, and now they're just talking about, like, how this, like, rash works. Basically, it's a very contagious rash is what we're dealing with so far. It doesn't kill you, scary. Yeah, that's where the body horror and nastiness is gonna real. Oh, it's gonna be nasty today. It's gonna be nasty today. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. But yeah, you've not missed much, Vilsna. We've just gotten in. So yeah, basically, a bunch of farmers disappeared, sent in SCP staff, they went missing. They found out that there's like this rash thing in there that's going a bit wild. The thing is pretty rash. The body temperature would go up too. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so your body temperature is going to go up, your heart's going to beat faster if you get this like rash thing. And also you're highly infectious. That's what we know so far. That's what we know so far. Oh my gosh, the Mr. Illustrated depiction illustrates very graphically. Oh, okay, right. For one, I love Mr. Illustrated. I really love watching his drawings, and the way he puts everything together is amazing. I feel like when it comes to this body horror one, I'm actually glad I'm not watching his version, because his stuff is so visceral. Like, I love it, but at the same time, I struggle so much with body horror. This is gonna be rough, bro. This is gonna be rough.
Following this, the scar tissue on the victims will start to move of its own accord and grow at a rapid rate.
What?
Normal human features start to disappear at this point under the infection, and the path of mutation appears to be largely random.
Ooh.
Subjects observed during this stage of infection have been recorded as growing 3 or more limbs of a type, such as arms or legs. The head may become misshapen and elongate or widen out, and parts of the subject may split open, from which additional branches of flesh will grow. The duration of this stage of infection is unknown, and not all subjects appear to progress to the later stages. Under unknown conditions, an infected individual will cease moving and place itself in a location it deems suitable where it roots itself. The fleshy growth on the victim will then begin to spread across all surrounding objects and consume them. Such objects do not spread infection as living creatures do, however, and the effect of prolonged contact with these objects is recorded later in this document. It is assumed that this behavior is to create an area hospitable to continued growth of the other infected.
Like, what happens if it just ends up with a load of, like, goopy people in one place, though? Like, is that a problem yet? Because then it's just going to become, like, some sort of, like, goop bouncy castle, right? I feel like it's going to get pretty nasty pretty quick. And then my question is also, if they're all gooped up and, like, attached together, right? What happens if they want to move? Like, I know they're rooted now, but if they want to move after that, is that even possible? Like, I don't know.
Observation of life infected by SCP-610 by staff is impossible. Those infected with the disease immediately seek out aid, as natural human impulse resulting in unintended infections. Those infected past the scar tissue phase actively and aggressively attempt to infect anyone approaching them within an undefined area. It has been established that should an infected be capable of sight and observe an uninfected, it will proceed towards them.
Wait, so it's saying if they're capable of sight, so does that mean that their sight can get taken away by this, like, mutation thing? Damn, dude. That's rough, man. That's rough. I just imagined a mother and her child being fused while she was carrying him, or her arms. Ugh! Ugh! That is creepy. I don't like that. I don't like that. Probably chooses based on best case growth. Oh my god. I already know that Moody is gonna like Saki SCPs, really? Oh my gosh, bro. Also, Gurgabin, hello, welcome on in. So good to see you, buddy.
If the infected has lost the ability of sight, a range of approximately 30 meters is considered safe.
Oh.
Observation of SCP-610 infected settlements has been established using artificial methods such as remote robots. The data returned from these observations, coupled with the openly aggressive nature of the infected to attempt to spread SCP-610, has resulted in the Kenner classification. However, so long as nothing is allowed to enter or leave the infected areas, it is considered a neutralized threat. Of concern are the cavernous areas beneath the infected settlements that were discovered during the exploration, and attempts to get research personnel into these areas are underway.
Cavernous areas beneath? Dude, that don't sound good, bro. That don't sound good. If their head splits open or their face flesh starts drooping over their eyes, they could lose sight. Right, that makes sense. Oh my gosh. Some of SCP-610 is rooted, but others can still move. Right, okay, so not everyone's locked in. Okay, okay. The people yearn for the minds. The flesh goop yearns for the mind. It's disgusting. Not cave diving. Oh my god, please no. We don't need that. Oh, bro, has anyone made a cave diving SCP? Oh my gosh, bro. That would be so horrendous. I can't.
Okay. We will now be going over the field logs associated with SCP-610.
Okay.
Unfortunately, at this time, SCP-610-L6 has been redacted. The only thing available about this field log is it's an exploration record of Operation Source Point, which I've been informed is for Class A personnel or higher only. So,
oh damn.
Without further
Get
ado,
out.
this is field log SCP-610-L1.
I really hope at some point he does a video where he's just like, yeah, actually, this is for class 5 level personnel. So you're not a class 5. That's all for this time. Goodbye. I just feel like that'd be so funny. I hope he does that at some point, like on April Fool's Day or something. That'd be fucking great. Oh my god. SCP-3515 is kind of cave diving SCP entry, but a lot worse. It gets worse. What do you mean? How can it get worse than cave diving? It's already awful. What do you mean? What do you mean? I can't, dude. I can't. Brother. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The sad part is that the Volgun has been inactive for a year already. Yeah, he's taken a bit of time off, isn't he? I don't think he said that he's quit completely, but I think he's taken a little bit of time off to like sort his stuff out. I hope he comes back though. I really do hope he comes back. Damn. Actually, I'm class 7.
A small remote controlled rover is sent to Site A to locate missing personnel. After establishing the containment perimeter for SCP-610, the Russian government approved our requests to research and investigate the area.
It's interesting that they have to get permission from the Russian government to do that. Like, I know that, like, I've always just assumed, like, okay, let me give you the breakdown of what I've thought of the SCP Foundation so far. I have always thought that the SCP Foundation is an American organization, but at the same time, they've got, like, global access and rights, right? Like, they've give me kind of, like, almost, like, Interpol style vibes, right? Like, they're just, like, going around everywhere and touching things they shouldn't be touching, like, I feel like that's what they're doing, right? I find it interesting that they have to get permission from the Russian government to do things. Like, it makes sense on a level of like, oh yeah, they probably need to get permission to do random stuff. But at the same time, like, I've never heard of them asking the American government for permission for anything, or the UK government, right? So yeah, I don't know. I just find that really weird. That would be unrealistic. Everything needs political context. I know, but I just find it strange, right? Because it's like, I always thought as well, like, surely the less governments that know about the SCP Foundation, the better, right? I don't know. The Foundation needs to work with the GRUP for Russia stuff. Oh, so there's like there's different people over there. Oh, interesting. Okay. I feel like they asked the government to avoid causing incidents. Yeah, that's kind of fair. Also, I guess they've just said investigate, right? Like, they've not actually said that there's any, like, weird stuff going on, right? Non-governmental international organization. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, right? That's how I thought they worked. All governments know about the Foundation and work with them where possible. Right. Dude, tell you what, though, that's got to be a nightmare if they ever get, like, a leak of info, because it's like, who leaked it? Like, any of the governments could have leaked it. That's kind of crazy. Oh, my gosh. Damn.
For the first such exploration, a small camera-mounted unit known as a Herbie was dispatched at a safe distance and directed towards Site A. Herbie has a battery life of 12 hours and a control range far wider than that required for this dispatch.
Okay.
Herbie is able to enter Site A without incident. The landscape around Site A shows early stages of assimilation by singular SCP-610 infected who have fallen at largely random intervals around what remains of the village. Many of the homes appear to have suffered fire damage long since put out.
Oh, damn.
However, a fair amount remain intact.
Fire damage since? So, like, I guess someone tried to burn this thing to see if it could get rid of it. Jeez. Herbie fully loaded? Bro, don't remind me. Oh my gosh. Hey, Tomcat, how you doing? Welcome on in.
Aerial reconnaissance of Site A, combined with thermal imaging, has put it at an estimated population of 79 infected. Immobile infected are included in this number. However, it is difficult to ascertain an exact percentage of mobile versus immobile.
That makes sense.
Degrees of physical mutation due to SCP-610 are present in Site A, and it is assumed all the inhabitants are in advanced stages of the infection. Herbie observed the exterior of the village for 2 hours, during which time all infected behaved with what appeared to be a loose sense of social structure. Because Herbie remained stationary during this observation period, it is unknown precisely what each individual infected person was doing. However, the central plaza experienced occasional bursts of activity and downtime. Requiring more information, Herbie was directed to follow an infected as it entered a home.
Oh, damn.
There is a bumpy camera feed as Herbie scoots over the gravel behind the quickly shambling infected person. The interior of this home is the same as that attached to the primary file, or SCP-610. The infected being tailed is the one sitting at the table. After entering the home, Herbie's camera was raised slowly as to not to draw attention. This action was either unnoticed or ignored. The infected person is watched from the doorway as it hobbles around the home and stops at each of the other visible infected organisms. However, it appears to ignore the one under the table, which, while not immobile, does not leave that area. What this creature was before infection is unclear.
Wait, creature? So it could also not be human? Dude, imagine if it's a dog. It might be a dog, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy, yeah. Yeah, I reckon that was a dog. Oh my god, that's actually kind of sad, dude. That's really sad. Oh my gosh. Most of the governments around the world are groups of interests of their own, with more than half having an uneasy alliance with the Foundation. Ah, okay. Can infect anything living? Bruh. Oh my god, it infects almost every organism. Dog that doesn't bite, bro. The flesh that hates doesn't discriminate, damn. After
lapping the table and repeating this procedure 3 times, the primary infected person, known as Alpha, henceforward, stops at the bedridden infected, known as Beta, and proceeds to assault it with furious punches. Beta is unable to leave the bed for unknown reasons, but it is not completely immobile as it flails its arms in response to the beatings delivered by Alpha. After several sustained minutes of this beating, a piercing sound explodes from the area around Beta, who then proceeds to project a cloud of unknown matter into the air from its chest cavity. Alpha lingers in the cloud as it floats in the air around them, slowly descending into the ground. The unknown life form on the table aside Beta begins to twitch in an apparent seizure, and Alpha again laps the room twice more, stopping again at each infected organism.
Did it want that to happen? That makes it seem like it wanted that to happen, right? Yeah, it feels like spores, like it's whacking it to like get spores or something. Like, why? That's so weird. That's so weird.
But still ignoring the one under the table, as well as Beta now.
Oh my god, what if this guy was like a really nasty husband? Oh my god, what if they like keep memories of who they were, like from before, and like behaviors? So what if this guy was like some really nasty husband and that poor person in the bed's his wife? That's actually horrendous, bro. That's actually horrendous. Oh my gosh. But then maybe that's why he's not beating the dog, right? Or maybe like why the dog's staying under the table. I love that we've built this story and we don't know any of this, dude. We don't know any of what's going on, and we've just like built this story about this horrible individual who's like beating his wife and his dog is hiding from him. Oh my gosh.
After these 2 laps, Alpha seats itself at the table and reaches out to position the 3 plates atop it as if setting a dinner set. After the plates are positioned, the facial tendrils extending from Alpha wiggle up and start to coil on one of the plates before tearing apart and separating. This is repeated at each plate. The image attached to SCP-610's primary file is a still image of this occurrence. After each plate is filled with Alpha's flesh, it leaves the table and approaches Herbie, which is moved from Alpha's path. Alpha leaves the home, but Kirby's camera remains focused on the table. After several minutes, a group comprised of 6 to 7 infected enter the room from outside, still ignoring Herbie. Each infected shambles as if movement is difficult, jerking in large steps or squirming.
Yeah, I mean, it probably would be if you're, like, mutated on this level. Like, this guy's head is just like a long sock, basically. Oh my gosh. I can't. Some things never change, even after mutation. Oh my gosh, bro. That's crazy. This thing can learn based on the memories of the infected? I don't know, but I feel like something like that is going on here, right? It's weird. Like, why is one of them in the bed? Why is one of them under the table? Like, it's strange. I don't know how I feel about it. Beef fungus. Oh my god. Fleshy sock puppet is nasty, dude.
Small ones. These infected all surround the table, and each take turns grabbing handfuls of the flesh substance left by Alpha, pressing it into whatever orifices on themselves they can. Some into mouths, some into the chest, some behind their backs, some under the arms. Why
have they got holes in their chest? What is happening? What is happening here?
All the plates are empty. This group leaves. Herbie remains here for several more minutes before retracting its camera and leaving. Immediately after leaving the home, Herbie collides with an object. Panning the camera around, the obstruction appears to be Alpha, whose facial tendrils are intermingling with another infected having similar mutations.
Ew.
The impact is ignored, and the two infected part ways after several minutes. Herbie is then directed to explore more areas of the village.
Dude, that's the side piece. That's the side piece that this guy is going after with his poor wife in the bed. Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes.
The remains of what appears to have been a store show signs of severe fire damage, as well as activity inside the building, which Herbie moves to investigate. The door is slightly ajar, and with firm movements of Herbie, it is pushed open. No notice is taken of this action, or it is ignored. Inside the store are several infected persons, most of whom are standing around. However, one is on the ground rolling back and forth over the space of approximately 0.3 meters. It's about 1 foot, and is ignored by the others. Herbie rolls under the divider, separating the cashier area from the customer area, and pans around behind the counter. The upper half of a person is protruding from a cellar door behind the counter. This person does not appear to be suffering from advanced infection, and wears the garb of a Russian soldier. Herbie zooms in the camera to confirm identification, and it is noticed the eyes of this person are in constant movement, often focusing on Herbie. The rest of the soldier does not move.
Why is there a Russian soldier in there? Wait, that means the government knew about it when they let them go in to investigate. What? Bro, that's sus. That's sus as hell.
Herbie is directed to leave this area and proceeds to the back room. In this storage area, a large pile of bodies are stacked together. Some pieces of clothing are visible and appear to contain both military garb and everyday clothing. No facial features are discernible on any of the bodies due to the way they're stacked. Atop the bodies, an infected sits, appearing to have its lower parts fused to the pile, and with its upper half in a wild state of flailing and seizure. Approximately every 10 seconds, a burst of spores flies out the top of this infected, which linger in the air. Herbie is directed to leave the building.
Wait, what if the story goes even deeper? What if Beta, the wife that's bedridden, is not releasing spores properly, and that's why the Alpha is like beating it, right? Because he's trying to get the spores to go out and it's not working. Oh my gosh, I can't, dude. I can't. I mean, it's not that unbelievable that Russia would send recon units in there. I'm actually scared that they have people in there who are just like chilling underground. Like, firstly, how the hell did they get in there? That's scary because it means there might be a tunnel out. And if this stuff is highly infectious, I don't like the fact that they're just kind of chilling in there, like looking. I don't like that. That makes me concerned. I don't like that at all. They never knew about the infection proper. Just the officers went missing. Oh my gosh, dude. Remember those cave explorations? Oh my gosh. I am back. I'm back. Hello. Welcome in, Yuhigi. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? We're fairly not super far. What words am I trying to say here? We're not that far into this SCP, so don't worry. We are looking at SCP-610 today. Big hats are in demand. They always in demand.
After leaving this building, Herbie passes by the village well. surrounding which are a series of immobile infected, all facing the well. The arms of each of these infected persons are stretched out, one in contact with the next, forming a perfect chain, save for one, whose arms are down at his sides. Herbie passes by this last infected to approach what appears to have been a town hall or mayor's building when the infected becomes mobile and snatches the rover up. Video feed from Herbie focuses on the face of the infected, which is strangely in perfect shape given the condition of the rest of its body, which is horribly bloated. This infected was once a young girl from appearance, estimated 10 to 12. Herbie is rolled side to side in its grip as its face stares motionless at the rover. The infected's face suddenly balloons in size and explodes outward into a series of fleshy flaps that grip Herbie and draw it inside. Herbie's video feed terminates here.
How could they?
Herbie was considered lost at this point. However, no one at Control remembered to turn off the video feed, assuming it cut. 5 hours later, Herbie's video feed resumed, stationary and at raised level, pointing at the upper rim of the village well. The video feed contains some blur due to what appears to be a slimy film, which often oozes across the lens, but when not obscured, provides perfect quality recording. Herbie does not respond to any remote commands, but its video jerks back and forth from target to target, zooming in and zooming out of its own accord. Video feed is cut manually, and all connections to Herbie's unit are ordered erased.
What?
Moving on. This is field log SCP-610 L2. An infected Class D personnel is sent into Site C with video equipment. During construction of the perimeter surrounding SCP-610's containment area, several Class D personnel were infected due to assaults from the infected villagers or animals roaming the area, in addition to a number of infections as a result of escape attempts and careless behavior.
You know what I'm curious about with this? How are they stopping... Like, if this infects all organic matter, right? How are they stopping it from infecting, like, birds? Because surely, like, a bird just flying in and getting infected and then, like, flying out is, like, super easy to happen, right? Like, I'm sure they haven't said anything about it, but I'm sure they've not domed over the top of this, right? Maybe I'm wrong and it's got they've not said anything about a dome, which is why I'm like, how are the birds not just, like, going crazy? Birds aren't real. Shut up about the birds, Moody. Shut up about the birds. But it makes me wonder, because I feel like that's like a really easy way for this to spread. Probably made the bird's wings. Oh yeah, because it does mutate stuff, right? But then it also said that it can take up to 5 minutes. So surely the bird can just like fly in, have a little peck on some flesh, and then realize that was a bad move and then get out, right? I don't know. I feel like that just must have been possible. There's a lot of birds, okay? I feel like that must have been possible. They could have those like high frequency sound emitters to keep them away. Oh, maybe. You forget how smart birds are and how quickly they learn. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? We're talking about Russia, so we've not got like a lot of parrots over here. But also, like, birds are pretty smart, man. Like, birds are just cameras. Get out of here with that. Get out of here. Oh, my birds are confirmed AI, though. Shut up. Shut up. Just wait. Okay. Let's see.
Most of these infected personnel were immediately destroyed with flamethrowers. However, a small collection of infected were contained in cold storage units, which prolonged the inevitable progression of SCP-610's mutative properties. The decision was made to utilize some of these infected personnel as video relays and dispatch them to nearby sites.
Oh boy.
Due to the concern over loss of equipment, as evidenced in SCP-610 L1, all 3 subjects that were used in this manner were sent in with a single video system to Site C. Additional equipment issued for this dispatch include a 1-gallon container of gasoline, 3 emergency flares, 3 9mm pistols with 3 magazines of ammunition each, and 3 single-serving food rations.
God, that's so grim, isn't it? 3 single-serving food rations. Like, I know why, but oh man. That is grim. That really is grim. Oh my gosh. Also, I don't think infected birds could fly, to be honest. I feel like, well, from what they've said here, they've got like 5 minutes of flying before they get infected at the earliest, right? So that makes me think that a bird could fly in and out. Listen, I'm just saying. I think it's possible.
The infected personnel were instructed to observe and avoid interaction with the infected villagers as long as possible. But should a situation arise where they are met with aggression or feel they are losing themselves to SCP-610's influence, they are free to kill as many infected villagers as they so choose, and do as much damage to infected objects and property as possible while maintaining video feed. The intent of this order was to provide data of SCP-610 infected communities in a raid situation, so a plan of eradication could be better established.
Right.
At the time of this expedition, Site C was suspected to be a possible origin point for SCP-610, having far fewer mobile infected than other sites, as well as structures which appear to have been layered over several times, with the terraforming effects of the immobile infected. Dispatch Class D personnel, known henceforth as DI-1, DI-2, and DI-3, were directed to pay particular attention to anything that could be considered an origin point for SCP-610.
I don't like that one's called DI-3. Do you think that was intentional? It makes it seem like they're just calling them Die, dude. I feel like that's really mean. I don't know, dude. I don't like the way that's written. Oh my gosh. Birds are smaller creatures with standard, with different anatomy. So it's got to be different for different animals. Oh, you think that was maybe just for the humans? Maybe. It could be. It could be. Also, like, because I know a lot about birds, guys. I'm actually an expert. But birds tend to... Okay, so there's two things we need to know about birds in this scenario. Birds are very easily afflicted with, like, respiratory issues. So I would think that the spores potentially could be an issue here, right? The spores could get in the bird. Like, they might be amplified, might be faster. That's a fair point. The other thing we need to know about birds is that birds, when they take physical damage, birds aren't very good at like clotting their blood. So what can happen is if like a bird gets scratched by a cat, for example, even if the bird gets away, it's quite common for the bird to like bleed out. So there's also like that element going on that we have to consider. I'm still curious. I'm curious if they go into it because that feels like a bit of a thing in the plan, right? You forget that birds are not AI, bro. The birds are not AI, all right? Oh my gosh. 610 would be an SCP when Daybreak's event. Yeah, I feel like this is, I'm glad they're containing it. Like, let's put it that way. Oh boy. Oh boy.
The trek from our perimeter camp to Site C was uneventful. There was no evidence of any native animal life in the area. As Site C is approached, there is no noticeable rise in the temperature within the last 30 meters of the trip that necessitates removal of the heavy cold-based coverings that were provided. The temperature rises again sharply at the entrance to Site C proper, which requires a further shedding of garments for fear of heat stroke. Temperatures within Site C are described as being heavily humid, around 32 degrees. That's 89 Fahrenheit.
Damn. Kazua, see you soon. Rest up well. Rest up well. Hopefully we'll see you next week, man. Have a good one. Have a good one.
One of the first immediately noticed traits about Site C is an array of immobile pylons, which encircle what is believed to be the entirety of the site, separated by an apparent distance of 5 to 6 meters. Each pylon appears to be 2 to 4 infected persons fused together in one spot. On some of these pylons, features such as faces or anuses are still visible.
Brother, what is going on here? Why are we, what is going on? Why is anuses why have we got to separate that out? I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. Why is that bit got to be separated out? Oh my god.
To several other holes which do not naturally occur, all appearing to act as heat vents.
This is disgusting. This is so disgusting, bro.
Heat is generated is unknown. Current belief is that this is an advanced stage of SCP-610 terraforming in its environment to facilitate spread of itself. DI-2 who was the furthest along in progression of SCP-610 of the three by a number of hours, begins to seizure after only a few minutes in Site C during examination of the pylons. The progression to the scar tissue phase of SCP-610 infection is observed in full course as DI-2 spasms on the ground, his entire body being overtaken by the sticky tan flesh almost entirely after 45 seconds.
Dude, that's so fast! That's so fast! Oh my gosh! That's crazy. That's actually disgustingly fast, dude. I don't want to know how they go to the bathroom. Dude, it's nasty, man. Maybe the flesh makes the AI birds real. Shut up! Shut up! It's not true. Interesting use of the word. Yeah. They are using some choice language here.
DI-2 was terminated by a gunshot from DI-1, and his equipment left where it is. The spread of SCP-610 over DI-2 continues, even after death of the body, until all movement ceases.
What?
As perimeter control is relaying new instructions to DI-1 and DI-3 regarding the situation, there is a shift in the ground covering in Site C, where DI-2's body is.
What?
Video feed shows the flesh-like growth splitting open beneath his body, and a series of ropey tendrils coming from within the gap to pull his corpse inside. This opening closes up quickly. Total time elapsed 3 seconds. As DI-1 and DI-3 decide to act quickly in these hotter temperatures, fearing the same fate, they proceed to the village center and encounter another previously unknown phenomenon. In the precise center of town, rising above what was the community well, is a sphere suspended by angled supports comprised of SCP-610 flesh.
What?
The ball is riddled with the features of humans in early stages of SCP-610 infection, as well as a good number assumed to be in later stages. A number of specimens of non-human life forms, such as deer and bears, are also visible within the mass.
What?
The entire sphere of flesh pulses at a roughly 5-second interval, and with each pulse emits a ring of spore-like material from its equator.
Ew, dude, it sounds like a messed up heart. It kind of does, doesn't it? It gets worse. How does it get worse? That's crazy. Also, like, this is making me wonder, right? The flesh doesn't, like, decompose from what we understand. And I feel like that is very scary. Because, like, they were saying that the guy died and he was still transforming, right? The fact that it doesn't matter if you're dead or alive is like, ugh. And then comes, like, the thought of, right, like, if this thing is converting everyone into, like, weird, mutated masses of human flesh, that, I understand now why it's, like, such an issue containing this. Because, like, it never decomposes. It never goes away. So you, like, can't do anything with the area. Like, it's such a mess, right? You just can't do anything with it. That's mad. That's actually mad. Deer, get that deer out of here. I don't want to see that deer, bro. Oh my gosh. At least the Foundation can deal with them regular ammo. It's more about the constant menace rather than the end of the world scenario. Pulses, oh no. Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? It's just like, it actually is quite a concerning threat. Because, like, it's just like mass. There's just mass everywhere. It's crazy. Imagine what will happen if this thing gets hold of other SCPs. Bro, I don't even know. I don't even know, dude. I don't know what we're in for here. Oh my gosh. It's like living in limbo, yearn for death. Yeah, right?
This material floats to the ground and appears to be absorbed into the converted environment. DI-3 begins to douse the sphere with the provided gasoline, and when questioned by a panicking DI-1, explains this looks like as good a thing to burn as any. At this point, perimeter control has ceased in giving commands due to the rapid deterioration of events. There is no reaction from anything within Site C to any of this activity until the precise moment at which a lit emergency flare is applied to the spherical mass, which immediately goes up in flames. The remote feed plays back a noise from an unknown location that seems to come from a location far outside of Site C, but was reported as being heard, even at perimeter control, by both Sites C and A. The noise described as both explosive, as if multiple high-yield charges were detonated on a mountainside, and alive, like a large feral creature roaring. Within 15 seconds following this sound's dissipation, Site A reported that a series of explosions had occurred within the village. 5 seconds after this report, the spherical mass in the middle of Site C explodes.
Oh my
DI-1 and
gosh.
DI-3 are thrown by the blast. DI-3 is confirmed deceased by DI-1 after regaining his footing.
Oh my
having suffered
gosh.
injury from stone shrapnel from the wall. DI-1 is able to report he has bruises and ringing ears, but aside from the rapidly spreading SCP-610 infection, he suffered no blast damage. During this recording of footage, DI-1 had his video equipment removed and was looking into it. Due to the angle of recording, it is unknown precisely what occurred in Site C, but something draws DI-1's attention back to the center of town, where he stares for several moments and is then pulled in the opposite direction, the video equipment falling to the ground and recording in a skyward direction. The last moments of footage from DI-1's video unit display a humanoid figure moving through the air, followed by the sound of an impact in the same direction. Within 3 seconds of this event, an unknown creature steps upon the recording video equipment and destroys it.
What? Bro, what have they done? What have they awakened? What are we about to see here? Oh my gosh. Flesh fusing with the shy guy? Bro, hell no. Hell no. It's a hive mind? Yeah, it's giving those vibes, right? It is giving those vibes. Oh my gosh. Imagine if Daybreaks and the Flesh that hates combined. Bro, please no. Please.
Perimeter control remained on high alert for a full 24 hours at all locations without any incident following this event. And moving on to Field Log SCP-610 L3, initial discovery of the tunnel entrances at Site A.
Oh, here we go.
The destruction caused by the rapid collapse of the Site C exploration attempt during SCP-610 L2 resulted in a series of unexpected events in Site A. As the strange spherical formation in Site C was burned and destroyed, the SCP-610 infected inhabiting Site A were recorded by aerial drones going into seizures and convulsions.
Ooh.
The immobile SCP-610 infected rapidly shriveled and died.
Oh my
along with
gosh.
all of the flesh material spread across inanimate objects within the village.
Okay.
The mobile SCP-610 infected, who were able to regain their footing, all proceeded to what appears to have formerly been an upper-class residence and entered the building. As the infected entered this dwelling, it suffered a foundational collapse, revealing the presence of a sinkhole beneath it. The size of the hole in relation to the structure above it posed an impossibility for an entire building to collapse, suggesting something within the hole applied force directly to the structure with the intent to pull it inside and expose the hole.
What?
The revealed hole is approximately large enough to accommodate 3 grown men standing shoulder to shoulder. Light sources applied by remote drones failed to penetrate further than 4 meters depth into the hole. Objects dropped into the hole did not produce an impact sound, suggesting a bottom potentially more than 1,000 meters down.
What? Dude, we're cooked. We're cooked. We are absolutely cooked. Ain't no way. Also, how are they stopping worms from getting out? Listen, okay, I'm just thinking about it. What about mole rats? What about, I don't know. What else lives in the dirt? I don't know, okay? There's plenty of creatures, okay? Would you love me if I was a flesh worm? Oh my gosh. Dude. Yeah, I don't know if it would go for bugs, right? Because they have like a weird exoskeleton. But like worms are like kind of fleshy. Different anatomy. I mean, it goes for dogs, right? Where do we draw the line, guys? Where are we drawing the line here? This is what I need to know.
Research of the exterior of the Site A hole was only able to be carried out for 2 hours at a time. Samples of the atmosphere in Site A indicated a complete death of SCP-610 related materials. All infectious life that did not evacuate into the hole died above ground and quickly became shriveled husks.
Interesting. So maybe they found a way to like kind of, I'm guessing they've not fully gotten rid of it, but like they found a way to maybe contain to a degree. We have to use them for bait for fishing. Dude, that's crazy. Knowing the background of this SCP, if you were alive, its game, that's what I was thinking, right? It's like making it, as long as it's organic, it sounded like it's going after it. Also, like worms, I feel like worms are flesh. Like maybe I'm overreaching here, but worms are fleshy. They're wriggly. They move around. I think they're flesh. It seems 610 prefers endoskeletal creatures with sturdy bones. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. I don't know what that is. Anna, what is that? Also, hey, Somnus, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in, Somnus. I don't know, though. I don't know, guys. Was it in Siberia? Yes, it's Siberia that this is. Somewhere in Russia. I don't think it's warm enough. Wait, it's not warm enough for worms in Russia? Is that real? Is that actually real? I thought worms were everywhere, bro. How far did I miss? How far in are we? We're about 25 minutes in. We're about halfway through. We've had one expedition of D-class going in so far. We've had like a little bit of a top-line explanation of what's going on. And now we're going into the tunnels. We're finding out what the tunnel situation is.
Manned exploration of Site A was approved and commenced immediately. In the span of 30 minutes, a total of 3 research teams consisting of 2 to 3 research staff and 4 to 5 armed escort each were dispatched and setting up stations within the remains of the village. Samples of deceased SCP-610 infected and converted matter were sent back to Perimeter HQ for processing and transport. One team was able to recover a small sample of still-living SCP-610 tissue substance from a building and pack it for research. Within the second hour of exploration of Site A, a series of echo reverberation units were set up surrounding the hole with the intent of getting an accurate mapping of the hole and possible branch tunnels.
Oh, smart.
At the end of this second hour, before the echo units could be activated, seismic activity began to occur within Site A. 2 teams of the original 3 remained on site, the third en route back to Perimeter HQ with samples. The 3rd team was instructed to proceed back to Perimeter HQ when seismic activity began, and were told that Site A should not be returned to for assistance. Seismic activity at Site A capped at a 2.3 Richter level before petering off. Immediately following the seismic event, a torrent of SCP-610 spores erupted from the hole and layered the area around it for a span of 50 meters. As all staff on site were in Level A hazardous material suits, this spore burst was startling, but did not lead to any infections. As the eruption was being reported, both teams at Site A came under attack from aerial life forms infected with SCP-610. These organisms were captured by the remote drone video equipment and showed extremely advanced stages of infection.
Oh my gosh, bro. This is one of those ones where the article is locked, so no one will be updating it. Wait, really? That's crazy. How many SCPs are like that? Like where they lock them? I thought just like anyone could come in and like update them. That's crazy, dude. I hate how it's airborne. Yeah, the airborne element of it is very disturbing. It's not great. It's one of those things that you want to write more of in the article. Damn, dude. That's why I've never heard of that before, where they're able to lock them. I think the older ones are archived. Oh, really? Ah, very interesting. I guess they're like the basis for what a lot of other ones are like built from, right? Not obviously not everyone, but like, I guess some of the older ones are like we see like sequels and stuff, right? I was finding out about 2006 has like a sequel, right? Interesting. You can't edit all willy-nilly. That's a good thing though, I think. I think that's good that you can't just like randomly edit them personally.
It is impossible to tell what they mutated from to this present state. Many of the avian creatures attacked by splitting their heads in half and clamping them against research members.
The birds. Many of the avian creatures attacked by splitting their heads open in half, clamping them against research members. So there are birds that are infected by it. We just don't know the full details yet. Hey Gannon, how's it going? Welcome on in. It's SCP-610, Flesh That Hates today. We got the flesh that hates. Birds are infected, so it can go after birds. I'm saying worms are on the table as well. But no, it can go after birds. But I'm just kind of curious how that goes down then. Because if birds are infected, surely they can just fly out.
Pulling them into the air and dropping them into the hole when possible. These avian infected proved vulnerable to small arms fire.
I'm also just realizing they must have a dome over this, right? Because what happens? It gets windy in Siberia, right? So what happens if it just gets super windy one day and the spores get like carried? They've got to have some sort of dome over this thing. There must be. It has limited range. I mean, yeah, but I mean, how long does a spore last? I don't know. I'm not an expert on spores, okay? Where's the spore expert in the chat? But like, do you know what I mean? It must like, the wind must pick it up. Like maybe that's why the area is so big that they've got it contained in, right? There's no dome big enough for this. That's the thing though, because that's what I was thinking. But then I don't understand how this can't spread, bro. I hope they explain it a little bit more.
In dispatching them, a total of 2 research staff were lost to the hole.
Oh,
and
damn.
1 injured due to crossfire.
Damn!
The injured staff was put down immediately upon showing signs of infection due to his suit breach.
Dude, I hope the person that did that feels bad about that. That's messed up. That's messed up, dude. You don't quite understand the concept as big as Siberia. It's not the whole of Siberia though, is it? They showed the area. They just like marked off an area in blue. It wasn't the whole of Siberia. That'd be crazy if it was the whole of Siberia. Just everyone in Siberia now is part of this, okay? It's all a government psyop. The people aren't real. They don't exist. Like, that's fucking crazy. It's not the air we must worry about. Have you not considered what the implications of sinkholes imply? No, that's the thing, though, as well. Because, like, this is going underground, right? We know there's, like, some weird cavernous stuff going on. They said it was, like, 100 meters deep as well. Listen, I'm just thinking of the air. I like birds, okay? I'm just thinking of the bird level to this, all right? And I feel like the bird level is scary enough. The worm level is what we're about to get into now.
Before video and radio contact was lost with the remaining teams inside Site A, a second seismic event began to occur, starting out in the 1 to 1.5 range in scale. Attention was directed at the hole to prepare for a second assault. A second spore burst erupted from the hole during the rising seismic activity, at the point where scales registered a 3 to 3.5 in force.
Oh my god,
a new unseen SCP-610 entity began to emerge from the hole.
Oh,
the only footage
no.
captured of this creature depicts an engorged human head,
Ew.
approximately 20 times larger than normal, pressing itself out of the hole with no discernible body. Video and radio contact were lost as seismic forces increased to 7 on the scale for 2 seconds duration, then abruptly ceased. Further aerial surveillance of the Site A hole and area depict 0 activity and no traces of the research teams, or their ever having been there. All personnel and equipment are considered lost.
Wait, so is there just a giant head in the middle of this thing now? I don't like that. I don't like a giant head. It's making me scared that there's going to be a giant schlop human down in the hole. It's making me think there's going to be a giant sloppy human down in the hole. I don't like that. The head that hates. No! Dude, that's so weird. That's so fucking weird. It's Attack on Titan, but it's like worse. Like Attack on Titan, they're like mutated and they do look kind of weird, but at least they're like mainly humanoid, right? This is like Attack on Titan, but like it went mega wrong. Like mega wrong. This is like what happened when someone tried to do an Attack on Titan, but did it wrong. I don't like that. Yeah, Attack on Titan, but with fungus, dude. Yeah, Attack on Titan means The Last of Us. That's even better. Oh my gosh.
The next field log is SCP-610 L4. Unmanned exploration of the Site A tunnels. Events regarding the discovery, research, and handling of SCP-610 rapidly degraded to a point where fail-safe options were being considered. For over 1 hour, nothing further had happened at Site A following the loss of the research teams during the seismic events in SCP-610 L3 and subsequent contact with previously unseen SCP-610 life forms. With the absence of activity at Site A, a remote drone dispatch was authorized in 2 parts.
Oh my god.
The first part would drop a remote relay device at the entrance to the Site A sinkhole, and the second part would dispatch a drone into the hole directly to relay its data to the remote relay for transmission back to HQ.
Wait, I thought there was a giant head in the hole though. How are they jamming it? Are they just trying to jam it down the side of the giant head or something? What's their plan here? I'm so glad they didn't illustrate this video. I was thinking of ordering ice cream and it would ruin that. Bro, I literally was saying at the beginning, like, imagine if this was all illustrated. I was like thinking, I was like, oh, maybe I'll get like some sorbet while we watch this today because it's kind of hot. I'm so glad I didn't, dude. I'm so glad we're watching this version. I'm so glad I didn't. Oh my gosh. Yeah, rip everybody that's on their lunch break right now.
Drones on site were powered by solar energy, with a battery maintaining a 4-hour charge. Attached is the video log recovered from the Site A sinkhole drone before its loss. Video feed activates. Researcher's face is seen looking into the camera, applying a polishing cloth to the lens. Quote,
Classic.
"This is explorative drone SCP-610-1 coming online."
You ate mozzarella sticks while watching this. That's crazy behavior. That's crazy behavior. Were you eating them at the point where the giant orb heart came up and all the stretched bits of flesh were on it whilst you were enjoying your fucking mozzarella stick? That's mad. That is mad behavior, dude. I can't. You're eating breakfast. I can't. What is going on with you guys? I can't.
Systems check out. Video confirmed. Feed is good to relay station. We are testing rotors now and deploying if successful. End quote. The sound of the helicopter blade starts up as video feed begins to lift in the air. Camera tilts left and right to test pan features, then directs itself towards the Site A sinkhole. Quote, "Video feed is go. Engines are go. Links are green. All right. Sending drone down now." End quote. Audio from the outside world fades away as the camera angles itself down and peers into the darkness within the sinkhole. After approximately 2 minutes of descent, lights on the drone activate and illuminate a roughly dug shaft. Initially, it is unclear what could have created the hole, but at a glance, it would appear that the shaft was created by a single event, rather than dug over time. At 15 meters descent, there are traces of SCP-610 material attached to the dirt and stuck to rocks. The material is dormant, but retains its texture and appearance, unlike samples from above ground level, which shrivel and dry rapidly.
It needs the moisture of the earth. It's so nasty, bro. A random Italian looking at the infected site for the opportunity to get ingredients for spaghetti? Hell no. Hell no. You're eating meat, dude. Stop. Stop. How many of us are eating right now? I can't, bro. I can't. What is going on? I can't.
There is a possible connection with this material and the events last recorded during SCP-610-L3. Descent continues. At 100 meters in depth, branch tunnels become visible in the walls of the sinkhole. Panning of the camera reveals small tunnels branching out, apparently at random intervals, but which are not restricted to any one side of the hole. These tunnels are considered too small for any useful exploration to occur. Descent continues.
Too small? And they've got like a drone, right? Is what they've put in it? Bro, those are some small what are they doing in there? They've got 610 worms. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, the 610 worms. Why would they not be able to go in them? Like, what's happening in the holes, bro? What is happening?
Increase in density of SCP-610 materials on walls is noted as depth increases. At 250 meters, the bottom of the sinkhole becomes visible, and the tunnel slopes sharply, suggesting unnatural formation, which was already suspected.
The pig god SCP is far more disgusting than this. Really? This entire log here deserved a beautiful video to go with it. Flying drone, seeing tunnels. It's like an ant colony. That's what I'm so confused about, though. Like, what are they going to reveal was down here, dude? I can't. It sounds like it's gone worm. It's gone full worm on the bottom. It's like a giant human head with a worm on the bottom. I don't know, dude. Can you eat the flesh? Will it infect from the inside? Ugh, imagine the sensation of that. Oh my gosh. I can't. If you eat unseasoned medium rare steak to simulate the taste and texture of the flesh steak. No, that's a bad idea. We're not doing that. No.
Drone video shifts to illuminate this tunnel, and drone proceeds forward through the area. SCP-610 coats entirety of the tunnel now, and care is taken to keep the drone from coming into contact with any surface. Movement is detected 5 meters ahead. Lights on the drone are dimmed, and weapons come online.
Okay.
The SCP-610 drone is equipped with a 5.56mm machine gun containing 50 rounds of ammunition.
Oh, this thing's pretty big
This
then.
is meant to be used to deter wildlife away from the drone and defend against aggression when possible, rather than to dispatch a target, although it is fully capable of handling human aggressors in small groups.
Okay.
Camera focus turns to the moving mass of flesh ahead at 3 meters. After focus clears, the movement appears to be coming from what appears to be a deer.
Delete it. Delete it. Shoot on sight. Mag dump it. What are we doing? We know that these deers are messed up, bro. Every single time there's a deer in an SCP, it's messed up. Destroy it. Destroy it immediately.
Uninfected, wriggling in the grips of tendrils composed of SCP-610 material. Deer is being suspended above the ground with unclear intent. The drone is moved past the trapped deer while holding it in view of the camera until safely away.
Didn't I tell you they went worm mode though? I feel like they're going worm mode on the bottom. I'm not joking. You heard of not deer? I have heard of not deer. And it is horrendous. And that's what makes me hate deer. But then on top of that, I saw the deer god one, which I also hate. There's too many deers, bro. I've never seen a good deer SCP. Someone prove me wrong. Drop it in the Discord suggestions if there's a good deer SCP. I know there ain't. I know there ain't. They're all bad.
Nothing occurs with the deer, and the drone proceeds past, undisturbed. The previously fairly level ground of the tunnels displays large humps in apparently random placement.
What?
5 meters ahead of the drone, 30 meters past the encountered deer. Upon approach, these lumps turn out to be similar to the infected villagers who escaped from Site A into the sinkhole after the destruction of Site C. The sound of rushing water is now detected, and the drone is pushed forward.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if that's gonna be water. I'm just gonna I'm gonna get out on a whim here and say that might not be water. I don't know how I feel about this.
100 meters further into the tunnel, the sound of running water is now deafening. Drone lights reveal a running stream of water, potentially from one of the adjacent rivers in the area. A sample vial is placed in the water, allowed to collect, and then released with an active tracking beacon. Later recovery of this sample indicates no SCP-610 contamination of groundwater.
Oh my god, it actually was water. How is it not? I mean, I guess it's not contaminated because there's no organic material in it. That's so weird though. Why is it like running water underground? What's it doing with that? This is sus. This is very sus.
The tunnel splits in two at this point. One tunnel leads around the river and then seems to slope downward, while
I do not recognize the bodies in the water. Really? Yeah, because they're all just like a mangled mess. It's really weird. I don't recognize these bodies. Their faces are all kind of mutated. I can't see any of their facial features anymore. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Airborne is bad enough. Yeah, that's true. It's got to be nerfed, and like it can't have like Superman every single power apart from kryptonite, which we just ignore, right? Like I feel like it's fair to give it a nerf somewhere, and it can't get in the water, so that's fair. That's fair. That means you get liquid flesh that hates that you can drink and possibly infect you. That's nasty, dude. If it's waterborne, we're actually... Yeah, no, that is true. Because if it's waterborne, it's over. Because then all that has to happen is it's a hot day and then it like evaporates into the air, right? Dude, we're cooked. And then it rains. That's how acid rain works. That's crazy, man. That's actually crazy.
The other is directly above the light source in the ceiling. This second one is selected to facilitate recovery of the drone. During adjustment of the drone's flight path, it comes in contact with a portion of the tunnel wall coded in SCP-610.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Marigrave! Hello! How are you doing? Welcome on in. So good to see you. How you been? Oh my gosh. Weather that hates. Dude, the weather hates every day. What are you talking about? We're living in the 2020s, bro. It is the end times for weather. Oh my gosh.
Causing a deep gash from the propeller of the drone, which is already healing over when the camera focuses on the impact point. The drone proceeds upwards. 300 meters of upwards travel, taking approximately 45 minutes. results in the drone emerging into a windy section of mountain, where it is directed to stay low. Camera panning of the area reveals what may have once been a village.
Dude, this is what I'm saying though. Like, the wind's going here. You can't tell me these spores aren't getting carried on the wind, bro. Like, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. They're saying some villages probably got infected by it now. I don't know. I feel like we're skimming over some of the logistics here. Oh my gosh. We're living in a no, I'm not a human, but it's real. Oh my god, don't. I still love that game so much. I want to play that again. I'm not even joking. That's such a good game. I love it. I love it. I do not recognize the flesh in the wind. Oh my gosh. Been doing good, just relaxing and vibing. How are you doing? I'm doing really good, thank you. I'm doing really good. We tend to watch like long SCP files on Sundays, and I'm kind of loving it because it lets me like wind down after the week. But this one's a really nasty body horror one, so maybe not winding down as much as usual. But it's still great. It's still great. But it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. I'm glad you're doing good.
Long since abandoned. The precise location is unclear, but it is assumed to be in the vicinity of Site B, judging from estimates in travel by the drone. The buildings here are coated in deceased layers of SCP-610, and unlike other buildings in Site A and Site C, which were coated in SCP-610, these buildings appear to be constructed directly from the tissue substance.
What?
After a cursory scan of Site B, it is determined there is no life here, either natural or SCP-610 related, so the drone is directed back into the tunnel. As the winds around the area make aerial recovery impossible, upon descent into the tunnel, a deep roaring sound fills the audio, and video feed becomes choppy as something blocks the signal. During periods in which connection to the drone is clearest, its camera and weapon are angled downward, and propellers slow in speed to allow a faster drop. Video feed becomes entirely clear for the final 2 minutes before feed is lost. Rushing up toward the drone from the area below is what appears to be a large human face, stretched to 20 times its proportions, with no features save those created by the SCP-610 material.
Bro, it's worm mode. It's literally gone worm mode. It's a human face with like a worm on the end of it. It's over. It's over. This is like one of the worst visual SCPs ever. I'm just thinking about this. A huge mutated giant Attack on Titan sized head that can wriggle around under the ground like a worm. That, we're cooked. It's over. It's pulling a Dune. It literally is. Oh my gosh. Because that is what the article ends with. But it's imperative to get it right. Wait. There's a longer conversation going on here. There's a longer conversation. You could miss that detail, but it's imperative to get it right because that is what the article ends with. Oh, okay, right. I'm going to be careful because I don't want any spoilers. Just a reminder again, same as every week, please do not spoil. I have not seen this video yet, so please don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Be careful. There's a pinned message. Reminders. She hasn't even seen how the authors managed to get the top visuals in Disgust Factor. Oh, buddy. There's a movie called Naked Lunch. The situation here reminds me of how some part of the movie looked like. Really? Yeah, keep the spoilers in your pants, guys. Keep them in your pants. Get them away from here.
There are eye sockets, but no eyes. A mouth, but no teeth.
Ew.
The drone fires upon this rushing mass of SCP-610, but the bullets do not deter it.
Yeah, it's
Impact
huge, isn't
points
it?
remaining visible for several seconds before closing over themselves.
There
is no room in the tunnel for the drone to take evasive action, and it is swallowed by the mass. SCP-610 is considered lost until 3 hours later, when the feed inexplicably returns.
I don't like that they keep sending cameras in here and then it like eats them, but then they're fine afterwards. What's up with that? What's going on? I don't like that. Why does that keep happening? It's so strange. It's so strange. I never spoil things. I just accidentally I know you're not spoiling, Tux. I know you're not spoiling. You're fairly new on this journey with us, right? You're fairly new on the journey with us.
Video feed from the drone appears to show a series of structures illuminated by one of the 2 lights of the drone. The camera pans around without instructions from the remote relays, or HQ, capturing a vast number of shambling entities within the area. SCP-610 material moves over the lens of the drone, and video feed is permanently severed.
So weird.
Manned exploration was approved. Results are in field log SCP-610 L5. Manned exploration of the Site A tunnels.
You think it's pooping the cameras out intact? But why do they stop working though? Because when you, right, fun fact, when you get like a, oh God, what do they call the mouth ones? It's not colonoscopy, it's the other end. When you get the mouth one done, right, the whole point is they have like a light on it so you can see what's going on in there, which is why I'm confused why they keep swallowing them, because these things clearly have like lights on, right? You're not going to put a machine gun on something and I'll put a light on it and then send it in a hole. That's just, that's crazy. That's crazy, okay? But what I don't understand is how they keep like swallowing and eating these things, whatever. And then we can't see any of the internals. Like, I want to know the biology internally of these things, okay? How much of it is still intact? And we can't see it. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Approval from Central HQ was granted for a manned assault excursion into the tunnels beneath Site A to try to ascertain the extent of the SCP-610 infection.
Gosh, this is going to be brutal. This is going to be brutal, bro. Oh my God. Endoscopy. Thank you. Thank you, Kaz. Hello. Also, welcome in. Welcome in. I've actually had an endoscopy before, but they had to knock me out for it because I think I've told this story before. I had to get it done. And when they do it, they numb your throat, right? In the UK, fun fact, they keep you awake for endoscopies. In a lot of other places, they put you asleep. But in the UK, they keep you awake for it. And they have to like spray the back of your throat to like numb it, because obviously it's really uncomfortable. And when I got it done, the nurse, like, I don't know how the hell this guy was doing this. He was like spamming the spray thing so quickly, bro. It's like so fast when he was spraying this thing. And I was like, I like grabbed him because it was so fast, bro. It caught me off guard. I was like, why the hell is this thing so fast? And it was very overwhelming. It was very overstimulating. Okay. So I grabbed him when he did it and he was like, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Like that was a lot. Okay. That was a lot. And then he was like, oh, don't worry. We're almost done. And then he does the same thing again. He does it again. And it was worse. It was so bad. And then they like lay you down and they give you like, it's like stuff to calm you down. It's not supposed to put you asleep, but it's meant to like calm you down. So they give you a bit of that. They do it like, you know, when you get like an injection like through your veins, they've got like a port thing they put it in. They did that. But I was like freaking out so much when I got it done that they just put me to sleep. Like they don't normally do that, but like my heartbeat was like going off the charts because I was just like, I hate this. I don't want to be awake for this. I hate this. And I was like freaking out. So they just put me to sleep because I was like, I was just going crazy. Which, fair enough, because I don't know why the hell they don't put you asleep in the UK because they do that everywhere else. How are you still alive? I don't know. I'm so glad they put me asleep through that because I have heard horror stories of people being awake through getting that done. And like, apparently it's horrible because like you're awake, you can feel everything. It's like kind of painful. And at the same time, because they're like putting like a camera on a stick in you, basically on like a wiggly stick, you can feel it apparently like going down your throat and like through like loads of stuff inside you. Apparently it's just fucked. Like it's so bad. So I'm so glad they put me to sleep for that because I can't. In Austria, you're awake as well. Dude, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right that you should have an option to get put asleep for that. Because like, I would be fighting everyone in the fucking room. I'm not even joking if I was awake. Like, I can't do it. I'm not accepting it again in the future. Like, I'll just rot. Thank you.
The destruction of Site A and Site C have established SCP-610 can be contained and destroyed, making the source of the infection top priority.
Ugh.
The initial descent into the tunnels consists of 5 teams, 2 research and 3 assault, along with enough equipment to establish an underground base of operations.
Dude, that's crazy. An underground base of operations? Damn, we're scaling up the operation here. Oh my gosh. Probably a cost-saving thing. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. It's on the NHS when you're in the UK, so. But I pay my taxes, okay? I want to be put asleep when that happens. I don't want to deal with it. Being awake during that is insane. Yeah, I just think it, like, on a psychological level, like, I'm someone who doesn't, I have, like, okay, how do I describe this? You guys have probably heard me get really freaked out by stuff being, like, under your skin, right? Like, feeling something in you under your skin. The scene I always reference is the scene from The Mummy, where the scarab beetles go, like, in the Brendan Fraser Mummy, where the scarab beetles, like, go in that guy's skin and they're, like, crawling around, right? I cannot stand that, like, at all. I can't deal with it. Like, the thought of something inside of me moving around freaks me out, okay? It's why I personally do not want to have kids, because I don't think mentally I could withstand feeling that. I'm just gonna be real. I can't do it. And I think there should be an option when you get this stuff done to be put asleep, because, like, for some people, like, they can't stand that. Like, I don't think I could deal with it, right? So glad to learn those weren't real. Yeah, I know, right, Wolf? I know. Just go to sleep for 9 months. Dude, don't. They actually, like, you know, they do fuck with that shit sometimes. It's kind of messed up. It's kind of messed up. There have been, like, women who were, like, there's actually a really horrible story about it. There was a woman who was, like, I don't think she was brain dead, but she was, like, something was going on with her, and she'd been in a car accident, and she was pregnant, and the parents were like, no, we need to, like, put her down. Like, this is fuck. Like, she wasn't coming back in any form of, she was like a vegetable, basically. And they were like, no, we need to, like, we need to stop this, like, cut the life support, blah, blah, blah. But because it was a state that didn't allow abortion, they kept the woman alive, basically. This is, like, basically SCP material. They kept her alive as essentially, like, a living incubator. Like, it's so fucked. It's so fucked. And then I think the thing that was most fucked at the end of it is that when the baby was born, they sent the hospital bill to the fucking family. Which is just so fucked, bro. I'm glad I'm not in America. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that. No, really, that's dude. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it, doesn't it? I have to find out where it was. It was actually genuinely horrific. Like, actually horrific shit. No sense in killing a kid if you don't have to. I mean, that's up for debate, right? That's up for debate. But also, like, I can't remember what happened in that scenario. It was like a single dad. And I don't think he was going to be able to even look after the kid after it was born because the medical bill was so high, right? Because the woman had been in the hospital for, like, I can't remember the exact amount of time, but it was a few months that she was in there. And basically ICU level of care, right? So it was really expensive. Yeah, I just think it was so fucked. Like, it was so fucked. It was so bad. Awful, awful shit.
Descent into the tunnels was established using pulley systems and a lift to move equipment. Assault teams were the first to descend, armed with flame units, to clean SCP-610 out of the area.
That's not even an abortion. Just sounds like the hospital went overboard because they didn't want the government on them. I think that's the thing, right? Like if the host has died or, like, basically is dead, right? I don't think that's right. Like, using them as, like, a fucking incubator for a kid. Like, just personally, I don't think that's right. That's fucked up. Like, Georgia, the state, not the country. Ah, there we go. But yeah, I think it's just so disgusting. I don't think that's right. Again, like, death is meant to be final for a reason, right? God intends for death to be final, which is why I don't think it's right to then keep the body of the mother alive to keep that kid alive. Like, that's not what God would have been. Like, there's no argument there to. I'm not religious, by the way, but there's no argument there to be like, oh yeah, like, this child should have survived. I just don't think it's right. It's not right, guys. Like, I don't think that's what kind of existence. Like, I don't think that's fair. It's not fair on the mother. It's not fair on the family. It's not fair on the kid. Because imagine as a kid finding that out and being like, oh, you know, I'm alive because my mum was basically forced to be alive as, like, a human fucking incubator for a few months. I don't think that's right. It sounds evil, yeah. I just think, like, from a human rights perspective, no matter what your opinion on abortion is, I don't think it's right to keep someone alive to be a human incubator, because I also think that opens up a very slippery slope into, like, what do we do if, like, birth rates drop too low? Like, is it now just fair game on, like putting women in, like, incubated states to do that? Like, I don't like that, bro. It sounds like it's out of a horror film, right? It's fucked. Yeah, it's a big ethical dilemma. Yeah, it's fucked.
All teams were able to descend without incident, and flame units took point, providing an undisturbed journey toward the water source where the SCP-610 drone was lost.
You're pro-choice. I'm pro-choice, personally. I'm a woman. I mean, it'd be fucking crazy if I wasn't pro-choice. But I'm pro-choice. I'm actually fine with people being not pro-choice if, on this only fucking caveat, you allow for women to get neutered for free, for choice, right? Like, I should be able to go in and be like, you know what? Abortion, fine, we're not going to do it. But I should be able to then go into my GP, go into the hospital, and get permanently fucking neutered so that that is not a problem. The problem is that they're never going to do that. And I just think that's what's really backwards. Also, obviously, there's a load of reasons why pro-choice is important. And it's like complications with the pregnancy, stuff like this, where like a woman's like an incubator, right? Like, I also think the abortion argument is very heavily dominated by people who are pro-life, who are religious. And I think I would love to hear a conversation with someone who is pro-life, who is not religious, right? Like, that's the conversation that I want to have. I've not got a problem with religious people. I just think they really impose their religion on a conversation that should not be imposed on. Personally, again, I am a woman. I do not want religion imposed on a healthcare conversation, you know? I just think that's weird.
Base camp for underground SCP-610 operations resides at the bottom of a three-way junction, 4 if the water flow is included. The first pathway is that which led from Site A to Cavern HQ. The second is the pathway to the ruined village residing in the mountains above where SCP-610 was destroyed by a large unknown SCP-610 entity. The third pathway heads west and seems to follow the flow of the water for an unknown distance. The cavern area here is quite large and is supported by a number of rock formations that are coated with decayed SCP-610 material. The state of this material suggests great age and appears to reinforce the structural supports. Whether or not this is intentional or coincidental is unknown.
Don't need to worry about Handmaid's Tale. Artificial wombs are cheaper. Yeah, I'm a big enjoyer of Handmaid's Tale. Enjoy is a very weird word to say with that story, but I do appreciate that work of art. And I'm glad artificial wombs are growing in technology. Let's just put it that way. Flesh that really gets us thinking. Yeah, also caveat for anyone joining. I often go on tangents. I used to be quite a big just chatting enjoyer when I used to stream on Twitch. And we used to talk about, you know, all sorts of topics all the time. So occasionally that slips through on this stuff.
The two research teams split activities between building Cavern HQ and collecting samples of SCP-610 in various states. No contagious materials were detected within this area, and the creature recorded by unmanned drones did not appear at any point to the cavern staff. Of the 4 research teams, 3 were ordered to proceed down the unexplored pathway, while an aerial drone was prepped for a second recon of the vertical shaft. SCP-610 infection did not appear in the third pathway until approximately 3 kilometers, and serious infection did not appear until 16 kilometers in. Even after the lengths traveled by the assault teams, no SCP-610 infectious life forms were encountered, and the fleshy material coating the cavern walls posed no threat to the team. The most significant reports at this time were the increasing thickness of the material, suggesting a source, and the complete lack of SCP-610 contamination in the water. As a test, a sample of SCP-610 was cut away from the cavern wall and placed in the flow of the water. It exhibited no unusual reactions, but was quickly swept away by the current.
Wait, do you think it's maybe using the water as like a transport system? Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe it's trying to like transport the stuff elsewhere. I don't like that. I don't like that.
At 20 kilometers in, the leader of the assault teams requested a transport buggy to be dispatched to them. One was available at above ground HQ. However, it would take time to move it to Cavern HQ and then remote drive it to the teams. Rations provided to the assault teams were sufficient, so a camp was established while the buggy was moved and readied. During this time, an aerial drone was also sent to explore the vertical shaft. The results of this exploration were placed on hold with the arrival of the buggy at Cavern HQ, and ultimately concluded in The buggy was navigated to the assault team encampment with no events en route. However, upon arrival and preparation to continue the exploration, the assault teams came under attack by a number of large SCP-610 infected life forms that emerged from the area ahead of them. Video recovered from the assault team cameras show them caught off guard, as SCP-610 infected made no sound and were undetectable. On one film, for 1 to 2 seconds, it appears that some of the creatures are coming out of the SCP-610 materials on the wall.
Ew!
Not emerging from them so much as being created by the material and then
What? Dude, that's insane that it can do that. I'm sorry. That is so insane that it can do that. That's crazy. It can just like spawn them in. Oh man. This ain't good. This ain't good, bro. I wonder if the infection can leak through other means, maybe a small organism, bacteria, or even reach sources of food like veggies. It kind of makes you wonder, right? It kind of makes you wonder. I swear, I don't know fully what they're doing to contain this because they've not like explained the perimeter fully yet, right? Like what it is. There must be ways of this getting out. If it's not got a dome on the top, I'm telling you right now, there's ways of this getting out.
A way to act independently. During this assault, an attempt to protect the buggy, members were lost to the water currents, and contact with them was lost.
Gosh.
Contact was regained, however, and is recorded in SCP-610-L6. The remainder of the assault team now consisted of 3 members, armed with a single flame unit. Use of this unit to repel the assault proved vital, as standard firearms did minimal damage to the infected creatures.
Oh my god.
These infected creatures show minimal traits to associate them with any known form of life in the region, giving rise to the belief that they may have been spawned by the SCP-610 infection itself as a form of defense.
That's crazy. I was using spawned as a joke. They're actually saying it's spawned in. Dude, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Spoil it. Wait, who spoiled? Call them out. Call them out. Do it. Do it. We're banning them. We're banning them. Call them out. Who's dropping the spoilers? Do it. Do it. We're banning their ass. We're banning their ass. Who did it? Who did it? Who did it? Who did it? Call them out. Call them out. Listen, this is a chat where we call people out for spoilers. Do it. Do it. Ban them. Ban them. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Do it. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Name and shame. Name and shame. Come on. Come on. I can't look at the chat, guys. You got a name and shame. It's not a bad thing here. We love rats here. Name them. Name them. Do it. Name them and Restmore will ban them. Name them. Name them. I said, honestly, do it. Do it. Listen, it ruins the experience for other people, and then it means I can't read the chat. I want to read what you guys are saying, but when people drop spoilers in, I can't read it. You got a name and shame, guys. We got to get them out of here. Get them the heck out. Can't stand it. What is it with people and spoiling, man? What? We're trying to watch the video. Why are we spoiling? What? Ah, it makes me so angry. Right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Name them! Name them!
No further casualties were suffered during the raid, and the remaining members managed to eliminate all attacking infected.
Wait, did you just false flag a spoiler? Ban them. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't false flag spoilers. Don't false flag them. If I see the word spoiler, I try not to look at chat, okay? I try not to look at chat. So make sure you use the word spoiler properly, okay? Because I just can't read it. I just can't read it. Because I don't know if it's going to spoil the rest of the video. Oh my gosh, guys.
allowing them to continue with exploration with added orders to attempt to locate lost team members.
You want to nap while I'm yapping about SCP? You can nap through that? Through that rant? Oh my gosh.
Further 20 kilometers into the tunnel, the river separated from the tunnel pathway, and the team was instructed to abandon the recovery order, given the inability to navigate the waters safely. A total time passed before the remaining assault team reached an end in the tunnel.
Why would they redact that? That's such a strange thing to redact. That feels like very useful information. This SCP reminds me of me, but shut up. Get out of here. Oh my gosh. I was about to set the chat on fire, dude. I literally modded Resmore today. I was like, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. I can feel it in my bones, bro. I was about to when you yelled about spoilers. I'm so sorry. Listen, we have to have this reaction, okay? Because there's people that come in and they spoil stuff, and then it ruins the experience for everybody. So we have to ban them. We have to get rid of them.
The perimeter of the area, now known as Site B, the team came under assault again from a smaller number of SCP-610 that were much larger in size. These infected appeared in the tunnel as if they were lying in wait for the approaching team. These creatures were dispatched using the flame unit, although all fuel for the unit was expended in this act.
Oh,
the assault team was now limited to standard weapons and short-range personal flame units.
They cooked, bro.
A time lapse of 5 minutes is allowed to pass before the team proceeds further into Site B, cautious of further assaults by SCP-610 infected. The tunnel widens out into what appears to have once been a village of intermediate age. The construction of the buildings in this area are primitive compared to the settlements at Site A and Site C, and are clearly of human construction.
Oh, that makes me so sad. That makes me feel like it's just some, like, poor little mountain village that didn't know this was coming. Bro, no! No! Please don't spoil anything till after I want a nap.
Many of the buildings rest at angles or slants, suggesting that they were disturbed by a cave-in. Of interest is a building that appears to be a church with a working clock tower. This building is built atop the remains of 2 older buildings that have fallen completely and has a visibly stable foundation. Surrounding all structures in this area is a depression in the ground filled with a substance resembling a liquefied form of SCP-610 fleshy materials. The pool moves as if acted upon by minute and unseen forces, rippling outward from invisible contact points and rolling in waves from unfelt winds. The team avoids this pool at all times and proceeds through the ruins slowly on stable foundations where possible, making the church their target area.
This is giving me like Resident Evil 7 vibes, right? You know where you like start out, I think it's 7 I'm thinking of, where you like start out and you go to that village and all the townspeople are just like real angry. It's like giving me those vibes. Yes, Resident Evil 7, thank you. It was Resident Evil 7. Yeah, it's probably giving me those vibes, dude. Oh my gosh. This SCP is truly a raw experience. Wow. Wow. Get out of here. What?
Within the church are pews, as would be expected. However, there are only 4, one of them shattered, when the building could accommodate as many as 20. The 3 intact pews were arranged in a 2-1 formation facing a pulpit.
Okay.
There was no trace of dust on any surface. The entire area appearing to be immaculately clean, given the location and believed age. Behind the pulpit is a hole in the floor exposing an area of the SCP-610 pool beneath the building.
Are we getting like a cult element in this as well? Like, what is going on? But this SCP was bad enough as it is. What's going on down here? Why have we got some weird pool? Like, what's happening?
The church in ruins appear to be uninhabited, and exploration of the church proper is uneventful until the clock tower bell tolls. This tolling triggers a shudder in the building, followed by human screams from the ceiling.
What?
Lights shone upon the ceiling reveal a large mass of SCP-610, from which descend a series of 6 wooden circles. Strapped to each circle is a living human, coated entirely from neck to toe an SCP-610, but having an exposed head, which appears uninfected.
Are they alive? Are they alive? I hate this.
These human captives scream as the bell continues to toll and the circles move to the ground.
They're literally doing cult shit. This is a cult. This is a cult. Oh my god, what is going on? Why is it got a cult in it? I don't understand. Oh my god, what is going on? This is bad. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
The team begins to move toward one to investigate when an unknown creature cries from outside the building, prompting them to take cover in the shadows near the pulpit. The light sources are extinguished, pitching the entire area into darkness. Night vision is left off to avoid revealing the team's location. The sounds continue to emit from outside of the church, drawing closer but lower than the frantic screams of the captive humans. At least one noticed the team, as the captive humans often call out to be saved. From the entrance to the church, a candle lights on the side of the doorway, then one on the other side. A figure is seen holding a small torch and moving back and forth between a series of candles to light the doorway. The flame is then applied to a rope coated in SCP-610, which quickly ignites and spreads up to a peculiar chandelier system at the church entrance.
That's so strange, right? The rope is coated in it, but we know it reacts badly to fire? So that's strange that they've covered the rope in it in a way to like light up a chandelier. How, maybe it's like selective on when it like hurts it? I don't know, that's so weird. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Ripper! How are you doing? How's it going, Ripper? Welcome on in, welcome on in. And Noah, hello, welcome, welcome. Can you please react to SCP-14 and SCP-056? 056 sounds familiar to me. Remind me what one that is. But I don't think I've seen SCP-14, so I will add that to the list. I feel like I might have seen SCP-056, but I might be confusing it with 058, the Heart of Darkness one. I can't remember.
The light from this system illuminates most of the crosses, but does not reach the team's hiding place. Those captives who appear in the light do not show standard signs of the beige-colored SCP-610 infection, but instead are wrapped in a red variant of it, which shows signs of constant motion, rippling across itself in waves. From outside the church, a flood of SCP-610 infected shamble quickly into the area, ignoring the man who lit the candles and stands in the middle of the room.
Wait, what?
They proceed to the captives on the wooden circles and begin to pull at the red SCP-610 masses, resulting in further screams and cries. From what can be gathered from the return video feed, the red SCP-610 seems to be connected to the captives and is using them as a source of sustenance that it then uses to grow and feed the normal SCP-610 infected.
Oh my god.
Overly zealous infected tear at the red mass too hard, which results in pulling skin and tissue from the human captive beneath. This exposed area is quickly covered over by the red mass, which then grows in size. Feeding like this continues for approximately 6 minutes, at which time the candle-bearing figure sounds a gong and all infected entities move to the pews. There are several more creatures than seats, but none move past the frontmost pews.
This is messed up. I hate it. I hate it. This is so gross. Should be a brain rot SCP for the youth, but I think 6-7 is already taken. Do not. Oh my gosh. 056 is a woman in a red dress, mostly? You know what? I'll check that one out, because I'm not 100% sure if I've seen that or not. It sounds kind of familiar, but I couldn't say without like taking a quick glance at the wiki.
The figure who sounded the gong does not move, spontaneously collapsing as if made from hollow clay. From the pulpit area, activity is noticed as a pillar of SCP-610 flesh rises through the hole and extends, directing itself toward the gathered creatures. No sound is heard, and no motion is recorded once the pillar stops moving. The silent period persists for 10 minutes without even the human captives making a sound, having fallen silent at an unknown point. The pillar of SCP-610 retracts back into the hole it emerged from without any warning, prompting the departure of the infected from the building.
What is going on here? It's so nonsensical. What the heck? 6-7 is a real SCP. SCP-9967. Wait, what? What? I'm so confused. Oh my gosh, what? It should not be this funny. Wait, I can't read. Wait, what? What are you guys talking? What? I do not know what you guys are talking. I'm so lost. Oh my gosh. I would like to take the time for Shun Chat for not taking the opportunity to let Moody experience the complete insanity of SCP-5004. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think that... is it that one? That one might be on the poll for next week. I can't remember. I did the poll earlier today, and that might be on the poll for next week. I'm not 100% sure, so keep an eye out for the poll tomorrow, guys.
The candles remain lit, and the team emerges after all infected appear to leave the area. The descended captives remain at ground level as well.
Damn.
All screaming, seeming to have ceased, but still showing signs of life with heavy breathing and movement. Upon departure from the church, camera feeds from all 3 members became erratic. Camera 1 ceases transmitting completely. Camera 2 shoots straight up into the air for several meters. Camera 3 captures the member with Camera 2 being flung by a tendril that emerges out of the ground itself, swinging them out of sight onto the other side of the ruins. Camera 1's feed is restored and displays Camera 3's owner running briefly in the direction of the lost team member, only to turn and run back as SCP-610 infected pour from between buildings.
Oh my gosh,
Combat
dude.
ensues between the 2 members, and the onrushing infected using assault rifles and personal flame units, successfully driving back enough of the horde to make an escape towards the buggy. Passing by a building, Camera 1's owner is ambushed by a figure resembling the figure who was in the church, lighting candles, wielding a large crop scythe. Camera 3's owner continues without pause towards the buggy location.
I don't like that they're wielding weapons now, bro. That's a step up, and that's not a step in the direction I want. Oh my gosh. I was talking about imagining a fleshy rectangle. What? They got massacred? Yeah, this ain't looking good for them. I'm gonna be real with you. It is not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Crop scythe? Like a field scythe. Like, because a scythe is like to cut like crops anyway. So like, what's the difference between a crop scythe and a scythe? It's the same thing, right? What? Or do we now have to define that it's a crop scythe because so many people are used to the horror version of scythes that we have to determine what they are now? That's crazy.
However, the buggy is found half absorbed by the SCP-610 mass covering the floor.
Are they wielding weapons or holding what they used when they lived? Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's scary though, because that implies that we might get some with guns. I don't like that. I don't like that. I think it's the extra handle on the side, maybe. Oh, no, you know what? I think you're right. I think you're right, Ripper, because they do have an extra handle. The Grim Reaper should technically be called the Grim Mower. Guy's just a farmer that got super cold and put a robe on.
While turning to find another way of escape, Camera 3's owner turns to find the same figure with the scythe approaching.
Oh my
weapon
gosh.
raised. 2 shots are fired, and the camera feed ends.
It's interesting as well. I find that it's using the scythe as a weapon, considering they can just be like bursting out spores, right? Like, that's interesting to me that they choose the weapon over doing that. It's the 2-hander version. Yes, that makes sense. That makes sense. It already has some Russian soldiers in there. That's what I'm thinking, right? Like, if it's like holding them, if it's using things that it was holding, that scares me, because like, you're right. If there's soldiers in there, then they could have guns. I don't like that. Spores are costly, you think? You think? I figured it was like part of their like reproductive thing, right? Like what am I thinking of that kind of does that? It's not quite the same. There are certain plants that do like repopulate the word with like spores. But the thing I was thinking of, which is probably the most common thing that people can think of, is it's like nectar, right? Like pollen actually is the best example. So like plants will produce pollen, and then the bees will like move the pollen around. that there's some plants that will produce pollen and then like explode basically. Not quite as dramatic, but they'll like explode to spread the pollen instead of like the bees doing it. And I assumed that like that was what was going on. And it was like part of its like spreading reproduction-y style thing is that it was just like, it was designed to spread the spores, right? Producing the spores is still a biological process that requires energy. I guess I've not really thought about the like energy implications of this, right? Like, I wonder where it is getting energy from, because it's just kind of like this picture depicts, it's kind of just gooping up some food and then some of them are eating it. I've not thought about that. I wonder if they go into that.
5 hours later, while final decisions were underway to decide how to contain or eradicate the SCP-610 threat, time-delayed video feed from the lost team members who fell into the underground river currents was established, has been filed in SCP-610-L6.
Damn, dude. Damn.
As I said at the start of this lecture, SCP-610-L6 has been redacted and is only viewable by Class A personnel or higher. Thank you very much for listening.
No.
And that concludes today's lecture.
He did the thing. He did the thing where he goes, "Not for you." Oh my gosh, that's so crazy, dude. That's so crazy. L6 has since gone down as one of the most infamous hidden logs in the fandom. Really? Oh my gosh. It's up there with 087 and 783's missing logs. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, we're not cool enough, guys. We're not cool enough. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Have you read any SCPs related to sarcasm? I don't think so. I don't think so. That'll be a new one for me. I think there'll be a new one, but it is on the, I'm going to put it on the list though. I'm going to put that on the list because I don't think we've been suggested that one yet. I'll go check. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me as usual. I will be back next Sunday. The poll goes up tomorrow. Make sure you are subscribed so that you can see the poll and get your vote in for it. And then we'll see what we're watching next week, everybody. And then we've got an SCP coming out on Tuesday, which is like an offline reaction that'll go up. So I hope you enjoy that as well. But bye, everybody. Bye for now. Have a good time. I'll catch you again soon. Have a wonderful week. And I'll catch you again next Sunday. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. See you soon, guys. Have a good weekend. Let's go.